people think that miracles in Christian faith are something that are not really necessary for the adults, for people who really understand Jesus and his message, and they don't need this kind of supernatural signs. They are more for simple people who don't have enough, in a sense, capacity to understand fully, in fullness, what Jesus Christ wanted to tell us, and so they need some kind of signs for their weaker minds. This is a big mistake in Christian faith. Let's see what Jesus Christ tells us about this. In a famous passage, Luke 7:20-23, in which he answers the question of John the Baptist's disciples about who he is, if he is the one who they were waiting for or not. When the men came to him, they said, "John the Baptist has sent us to you to ask, are you the one who is to come, or should we look for another?" At that time he cured many of their diseases, sufferings, and evil spirits. He also granted sight to many who were blind. And he said to them in reply, "Go and tell John what you have seen and heard. The blind regain their sight, the lame walk, lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, the poor have the good news proclaimed to them, and blessed is the one who takes no offense at me." So Jesus is, first of all, he's performing some miracles to answer John the Baptist's question. And then he tells these two disciples, "Go to John and tell them what you have seen, me performing miracles. Because if I am God, you need to see a sign of something that goes beyond the human reality of my body as a human being. Without the sign of the divinity present in human history, how can we understand that there is God acting, operating?" And Jesus does another thing at the same time. He's showing as another miracle that he's fulfilling the prophecies. The way he acts and speaks is recalling the prophecies of Isaiah about the Son of Man coming. And let's read it, because this is important. John the Baptist will understand that Jesus is fulfilling the prophecy. He is the one that they were waiting for. And they can see it both because of the prophecies and because of the miracles he's performing. Both things are a miracle. I mean, prophecy is a miracle, right? It's knowing in advance what is going to happen in the future. It's another miracle. "Say to those whose hearts are frightened, be strong, fear not. Here is your God who comes with vindication. With divine recompense he comes to save you. Then will the eyes of the blind be opened, the ears of the deaf be cleared. Then will the lame leap like a stag, then the tongue of the dumb will sing. I, the Lord, have called you for the victory of justice. I have grasped you by the hand. I formed you and set you as a covenant of the people, a light for the nations, to open the eyes of the blind, to bring out prisoners from confinement and from the dungeon, those who live in darkness, the darkness of sin, of course. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me. He has sent me to bring glad tidings to the lowly, to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives and release to the prisoners." So Jesus Christ is telling John the Baptist through his disciples, you see, I am God. I'm the one you were waiting for because of two reasons. Because I perform signs of the divinity, something that only God can do, which are miracles. And I'm the one about whom Isaiah and the prophets were prophesying. So these two things make reasonable to believe. If we don't understand that Christian religion is not just about believing in God, this is very important. Just about believing in God is something that even our mind might accomplish just looking at natures. The Bible and our Christian faith actually says that our minds are able to reach God through creation, using our own power of reasoning. So, with certainty, says the Catechism. So, but the Christian religion is not just about believing in God, it's about believing a God who enters human history and talks to us directly in mystery, which is a miracle itself. So, and he talks about things that are about him directly to us. This is a miracle. How can we recognize God talking to us in this earth, in human form, unless we see some signs of the divinity? There is a chapter of the Summa Contra Gentiles by Thomas Aquinas in the first part of this major book, in which he actually asks himself whether it is foolish to believe in the Christian faith, because clearly the truths that are given to us to believe are above reason. They are beyond our natural powers of reason. So is it foolish? And Aquinas says, no, it's not foolish for two reasons. That's how marvelous is Aquinas' reading of the Gospel and the Bible. He says it's not foolish because of two things: that our religion, like other religions, has the prophecies. So we have a miracle showing that, things had been seen in advance in history, and they were confirmed by Jesus. And because of the miracles, which are signs of the divinity, and they've been used by Jesus Christ to show that he is God in this earth.